All right, so this next spiritual story was again from my childhood. Um, for Christians, you will understand this. There was or at least remember, there was a revival that took place in the 90s, and it was at in Brownsville, Florida, and it was a huge church, and it went on for like weeks or months or something like that. And of course, we're gonna go there. If God's moving there, we want to be where God's at. So I think Brownsville is around Tallahassee, around that area somewhere. Anyways, my dad took us there. So we drove all the way to Brownsville, and these services were so packed. They had like separate facilities outside with screens showing everything. It was crazy how many people flocked from the country to this one church where God was moving at in Brownsville. But we got to go there once, and we had to wait. Excuse me. We had to wait. Geez, I don't know, like the line outside of the church. We had to wait, I think, 12 hours to get in, and we did all day. People had umbrellas and everything, passing out food and everything. It just everyone sharing, talking. But it literally was like a 12-hour thing just to get into the church. And then they had overflows of certain areas where you go. But we actually stood in line long enough to actually get into the main event of the church. But on the way there, when we were almost there, I started throwing up in the car. I started getting sick. I was throwing up on my pillow. With my brother and my sister next to me and my parents up front. I was thrown up on the pillow. I just felt really sick, really, I don't know, just nauseous and feverish and stuff. And I was thrown up and everything. I'm trying to remember what I said, but my dad asked me is he said something about God healing me, and I asked my dad. I was like, why would God care so much just to heal me? I was like, why? I was like, why would he care? And then my dad said whatever he said. I forget what he said. But he said something along the lines of, he does care, something like that. I don't know. I forget what it was exactly he said, but I said something. Why would God care about me? I'm just a little guy. I'm just who cares? Anyway, so I was sick throughout those 12 hours, just waiting to get into the church. And it was hot, and it was bad. It was horrible. I felt like crap. Um, So eventually we get into the church and it's service time, and I just go straight to sleep. I go under a pew, which people don't go to church. Pews are like the very long chairs, that you people sit on. I just immediately, because I was so sick, I just immediately went to sleep underneath the pew that where my family was sitting at. And this was during the worship, praise and worship, all the music and everything. I immediately went down there and just fell asleep underneath the pew. And during the worship, my dad and mom, they saw me as I'm sleeping. My eyes are still closed, and I'm just laying there. My dad and mom, they saw me just raise my hands up to the sky, not knowing what's just like I wasn't awake. I was sleeping, but my hands were raised to the sky. Um, it's like I was worshiping Jesus as I was sleeping because like I was in that presence. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember. This is from their point of view. All I remember is being sick They told me after the fact that I was sleep praising God. So I guess it happened. I mean, my brother and sister say it also. So I mean, there's four people that say it happened. So I guess it happened. But anyways, um, so I woke up not too long after that, and I felt great. Yep. After I woke up, I felt great, and then I told my dad. I guess I have no recollection of this whatsoever. But I guess I told my dad that Jesus came by and he touched me. I have no memory of this whatsoever. But I guess I told him when I woke up from my slumber underneath um, the pew there, and I told my dad, "Hey, Jesus came by and he touched me," and I woke up and I was better. So, I mean, I was very young, so it's kind of I don't remember any of this outside of me being sick. I remember me being sick, but I don't remember anything else. I remember throwing up in the car. I remember waiting in the hot ass sun for 12 hours to get into this church. I don't remember falling asleep. I don't remember raising my hands while I was asleep, of course. And I don't remember telling my dad that Jesus came by me and touched me and healed me. I have no recollection of that whatsoever. But apparently it happened according to my parents and my siblings. But either way, that's amazing. And thank you, Jesus, for doing that, by the way, because I did not feel good. In Brownsville, if you look it up, Brownsville, Florida, long time ago, you know I'm not lying. It really happened.